This is the land where light is crushed. A land where heroes fall. When the mists come for you, will you stray from your path? Will you kindle the embers of hope, or be lost to the darkness? As you stare into the void stares back and reaches out to clutch you. Your nightmares come to life and stalk your every step. Morality is as gray as the mists that always seem to surround you. Will your better sides prevail? Will you seek to aid the people of Barovia? Or will you succumb to the shadow that rules this land? After all, no one leaves Ravenloft entirely intact. Last time, our intrepid adventurers were traveling with the group of merchants. When they went to bed for the evening, they awoke in a different place with no armor or weapons. After wandering through a surrounding mist, they stumbled upon a pair of crying children who told them there was a monster in the basement of their nearby manor, and that their baby brother was still in the house. As our heroes went inside, they found the manor unsettling. Our own Havok began eating a feast that turned out to be rotten. The group was attacked by a suit of animated armor, and they found a dead man in the master bedroom. After hearing crying from a nearby room, they went to investigate, only to discover a frightening spectral woman in a black cloak. Aerith attacked her, and the creature began to grow in size, filling the air with a horrible shriek. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
Oh no!
Wow.
Um, 18. Oh, you do the thing. That's right. I just get
Yes, who got
excited.
a 20 to 25? 15 to 20.
I got a 15.
18.
Gotcha. 10 to 14.
13 for Aerith.
5 to 9.
6.
1 to 4. Newton.
I'm confused. I was 20. I raised
Oh,
my-
gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you can see on the map right now, we have our yellow little piece there. That is Ezra. Our green is Stiki, and our purple is Aerith. Over in the hallway, just entering the room, we have Havok, and we have Newton. Newton, you are up first. What would you like to do? You hear this ghostly wail beginning to emanate from the room next to you. You know that some of your friends are in there. What are you doing?
Well, I'm not too excited about it, that's for sure. I suppose I'll peek my head in
Okay.
and see what's happening.
All right, so you move past Havok, looking inside the door, which is ajar, and there you see this spectral figure glowing, the black cloak she was wearing before flying off, and now you're just seeing this blue radiant energy coursing from her body.
Does she look threatening? Is that...
I would say you probably guessed that.
Okay. All right, I only have so many options. So, we are in combat, yes. So, like...
What are you going to do, Newton?
Suppose I will blast. That's all I've really got.
All right, so that blue energy begins to course in your hands. Go ahead and roll your attack.
All right. 24.
24 definitely hits. Roll damage.
All right. Let's say D8. It's the first time I've actually hit. So I believe it's a D8.
That should be a D10 for an Eldritch Blast.
D10. 7 points of damage.
Excellent. As you blast into this creature, poof, it fires off and hits it into the side where you see what little flesh looked to be there crumbles away, and underneath you see the skeletal form of her skeleton as it is blasted off by your Eldritch Blast. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn? You've used about 15 feet of your movement, so you can move more if you'd like to.
I'm going to hide around. I'm going to duck.
Gotcha. Just get out of the doorway?
Yes.
Right there is good?
Excellent, yes.
All right. All right, guys. We are going to take a little break here so that we can fix these technical difficulties that we have going on. We'll be right back. And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us through those technical difficulties. We are back. And just to recap what just happened after we rolled our initiative, Newton Fright charged up to the doorway, seeing this specter growing in front of his friend, looking hostile. He blasted off his Eldritch Blast and hit the very first hit for good old Newton Fright. The first of many. And that is the end of Newton Fright's turn, just as he ducked out of the doorway to stay out of the creature's view. It is now over to Ezra. Ezra, what would you like to do? This creature is growing right in front of you.
Am I near the bassinet?
You are right next to it. Yeah.
Can I see into it?
Right now, as you remember, there is a blanket covering the bassinet. So you heard crying coming from. You don't hear any crying right now.
With the spear, because I imagine I've had the spear kind of up, just kind of spear like up, so I can't get like lunged at. I would like to rip the blanket off of the bassinet.
Gotcha. You rip the blanket off. Looking inside, you see that there is nothing in there.
Good. I can still attack, yes?
You certainly can.
All right, let's do that then. Does 17 hit?
17 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. You bring the spear up and try to jam it up into the sternum of the specter. How much damage did you do?
3.
Okay. You notice as you stab into it, you still imagine there will be more damage done. However, once you pull your spear away, it doesn't seem like it's caused the same type of damage you expected. Is there any movement you want to do on your turn?
I would not. No, there's nowhere I can really go. So no, I'm okay.
Gotcha. And with that, as the spear is slowly removed from the specter, Stiki, you see this happening and realize it's your moment to do something. What would you like to do?
Am I in attacking range?
You certainly are. So right now, just to clarify, you are directly across from the creature.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I would like to, and Stiki. Okay, Stiki is still hugging the the sword. Stiki's gonna go. Okay. He's gonna grab it and he's going to just poke straight into the creature.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
Ooh, that's a 17.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Okay, that's a 4.
4 damage. So again, you kind of find the same spot that Ezra just hit, stabbing up there, but it doesn't seem to do the damage you expected. The creature is looking worse for wear. The skin that was kind of covering its skeletal remains is falling apart with each blow, but you still think you should be doing more damage. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
He's going to take a step back against the wall.
Gotcha. You just take a slow step back. As that happens, Aerith, Aerith, you see it happening as Stiki steps back from this creature. It's your turn.
All right. So, yeah, I'm right there. So, Aerith's eyes sort of go dark black as he begins to speak deep speech. And casts Bane on the creature. Charisma saving throw, and the DC is 13.
Okay.
What?
That is a 17.
Okay, no. Lucky over here
So
succeeds.
Dark energy begins to swirl around the creature momentarily, and as it tries to kind of infuse it, you watch the creature shift in such a way that the energy is shaked off, almost as though you're shaking rain from a jacket, and it falls to the ground, pittering around the floor, and then dissipates. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Aerith?
Oof, and it's right in front of me right now.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm gonna inspire one of my companions here. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold on to that one. I'm gonna stay put and sort of back up against one of these walls. It's such a tiny spot, but just sort of, yeah, that's it.
Gotcha. You start to back up. As you do so, the creature turns its head in your direction. You watch as her head falls down to the side, and you see this large cut where her head is almost dangling, almost as if from a thread. Very nearly Headless Nick vibes.
Really?
But much more terrifying.
Yeah.
And the creature is going to start making its way towards you as it reaches out its hand to try and drain life from your body. Now, it is going to roll at disadvantage because of your vicious mockery that you had before. The first one is an 18. The second one is a 6.
Yeah!
So as it tries to reach out to you, you feel almost as though your soul energy is starting to leave your body. In a moment of strength, you plant your foot in the ground and stare back up with grit and determination. The creature is stunned for a moment as it retreats. With that, it is going to try to make its way through the wall to your right, Ezra. So, you three in there, you can make opportunity attacks if you would like.
Yes! Absolutely. Stabby. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to pull up my rapier and let's go. Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and guess an 11 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Yeah, a 6 probably doesn't hit either.
No, it does not.
Cool.
Stiki, what about you? Would you like to do an opportunity attack? Or
Yep. I rolled an 8, so.
Yeah, so you kind of all, as it starts to move away, just jump out, trying to hit it with everything. You actually, Aerith, you kind of clang your sword against Ezra's spear at the exact same time as Stiki brings the sword down and blocks them both away. And the creature has moved through the walls.
Yeah, I don't do anything with the eyes, anything coming out of the eyes. That's just, oof, no.
And that is going to be the creature's turn. It is over to you, Havok. So Havok, you've just been hearing this commotion coming on. You saw Newton fire a blast into the room. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I stand up seeing Newton kind of take off and run away. I look down, I grab my spear and I go, okie dokie. I get up and I sprint over to the open door. And I look in. What do I see?
Right now, you see your three companions. You see you're watching as Stiki is slamming the sword down onto the spear and sword of Aerith and knocking it to the ground. You see the empty crib, and that's it.
What's the problem, guys? What was all the commotion about? My gosh. Really? Big bunch of babies.
Stuff coming from the eyes.
Look, I get it's a scary house. I get it.
Just don't eat this one, okay?
Okay.
Just don't eat this one.
Eat what one? There's nothing here to eat. I'm not stupid. Come on.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, you guys are right. We should never, ever come here.
We are still in initiative, friends.
Where'd you go?
Oh, we should get out of here.
It's
Leave.
your turn.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
I'm a bit panicked. So I'm going to use. Oh, it's so difficult to choose.
What are you going to do, Newton?
I don't know where to go. I don't know where this being has gone. Can I confer with my... I'm going to walk in the room. I'm going to walk in the room that...
So you make your way there. You can also hold an action. So you could always say, I want to, if I see a creature pop back out, I'd like to attack with an Eldritch Blast. That way, if the creature does come out, you can do so.
I suppose let's do that. I'm ready to go.
Gotcha. You guys watch as Newton comes around the corner, the energy already kind of coursing in his hands, ready, a look of danger in his eyes. And with that, we are over to Ezra. Ezra, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go over to this wall that she disappeared through.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there's a way through at all? Like a door or secret passage?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
All right, fine. I suppose. Yeah. 16.
Looking around, you feel that some elements of this wall seem a little bit jagged, as though they're sticking out a bit, and you think maybe this is the spot as you push in, but you can't find anything. Doesn't look like there's a path through.
It doesn't look like there's a path through.
From what you can tell from that check.
Okay, it's not like I just can't find, like I think there's a path and I just can't find it. I don't think there's a path through, right?
I'd say with that, you're thinking probably not. You're not 100% sure, but you're probably like 90% sure.
Okay. Then I can't make another investigation check because we're still in initiative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm just gonna grunt in aggravation and pass on to the next. Well, I'd like to hold an attack if she comes back.
I'd say that this is all happening in this round, so you were using your time to investigate, so you can't hold an attack now.
Okay, then yeah, that's my turn.
Gotcha. So you hear this grunt in frustration, Stiki, and you suddenly feel compelled to try to do something. What would you like to do?
I want to see if this chick's a ghost. Can I check the opposite side of the wall?
So you want to try and go back out in the hallway?
Yep. I just want to slowly stick my head out.
Okay, so tell me when to stop you. You're going back out. This would be the edge of the kind of large room that you were in before. Is that where you're headed out?
Yep.
Gotcha. So as you look back out in the hallway, you do see that there is another door right there. With your movement, you still have the ability to open it if you'd like.
Okay, I whisper door, 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 and then I poke it and then recoil.
Okay. As you poke it open, this bluish glow emanates from the room. The creature's looking through the wall. As you stand there recoiling, its head cracks over to you. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I don't know. If I'm being true to my character, I feel like Stiki would poop himself or something. I don't know if he'd do anything. I think he's just way too frightened.
Gotcha. So
Shaking.
Stiki is frozen in fear at the moment, looking at this creature, not even shouting out to her allies. His allies.
Okay, he's whimpering.
Gotcha.
He sounds like a terrified child.
Gotcha. So you watch Stiki run out of the room, Aerith, a bit confused at the moment. What do you want to do?
A moment before following, running after, I sort of say to everyone, okay, bad idea. I was wrong. We gotta go. Everybody go. And as I am running, I sort of sing this sort of breathy song as I go, sort of melody. And I create a blade ward around me, so that if any sort of attacks will have disadvantage, or sorry, I have resistance against bludgeoning, slashing. And
Where are you going? What is going on?
I'm going out! I'm going out!
What the heck is going on?
It's some kind of ghost or something. We're not sure.
So Aerith screams that as you run out. Now, Aerith, how far are you going? Are you going up to Stiki?
Yeah, as far as I can. And I say, we can't find a ghost! You can't find a ghost!
So you get to Stiki, and you expect some kind of reaction to you running past and singing this out. But you just see Stiki whimpering, looking into this open door. And as you move past, you look to your left and you see the creature as well.
Oh, shit!
Points at you in particular. And with that, it is the creature's turn. So the creature is going to reach forward and try and grab you again.
You're too old for me!
But it is rolling a disadvantage, and so it rolled a 6. So the creature makes its way back out and again tries to reach out to you. You feel this energy starting to leave your body. But again, you hold steadfast, and the creature falls back for a moment. However, it is out in the open now, so Newton, if you'd like to go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast that you were holding, you may.
10.
10 misses, unfortunately. So you were kind of expecting the creature to come back in the room that you were in. Suddenly you hear this scream coming down the hall, and you just blast your Eldritch Blast over in that direction, but it courses past the creature, hitting into the side wall, leaving again that kind of blue shimmering energy that you tend to have with your Eldritch Blast. So unfortunately you did not hit. With that, the creature is going to again try to fly away. It's going to go up. This gives Stiki as well as Aerith an opportunity attack.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot I don't have my rapier, so this is with a fire poker. So that's going to be... I guess I don't add my proficiency.
Are you proficient with fire pokers?
So, do I add my dexterity, strength? Probably dexterity.
Yeah, dex.
So
Yeah.
20. 20.
20 definitely hits. Roll damage.
What do you think a fire poker does?
I would guess that
1d4
would be
or-
1d4. Yeah, I'd say 1d4.
All right. Let's stir some ashes out. Okay.
A really long dagger.
All right. 2, and I would say probably not my ability modifier. So 2 damage.
All right, so as you stab into this creature, it doesn't react too strongly to it. It feels like it barely even affects it, but you definitely poked in with a fire poker. Now, Stiki, would you like to also do your opportunity attack?
I rolled a nat 20, so yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
7.
Awesome, and you are attacking with which sword again? A short sword?
It is the great sword.
The great sword, gotcha. All right, so as you slash into this creature, again, you expect more damage to be occurring from this, but for some reason, it just doesn't seem to have the same impact. And as you slash in, the creature flies up above you and out. Havok, it's your turn.
Did I see that? Oh, that happened?
I'd say you probably did with the blast and everything. Yeah, you probably saw it all happen. But I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, that's what I was scared of. Oh, come on. She's running away. Leave her alone. Come on. And that's all I'm going to do.
All right, that is Havok's turn. It's now over to Newton.
So it's just vanished.
It's vanished. At this point, we'll drop initiative. If the creature does come back, we'll continue. But right now, we'll drop initiative.
So...
Ezra would peek his head out. Sorry, I disobeyed. That messed me up. Sorry, Ezra would kind of peek his head out of the door. Just be like, what happened?
You guys got all hot and bothered about that? It's a little ghosty. Come on. You guys have never seen a ghost?
You wouldn't know what it was exactly.
Yes, but it's not just a little ghosty. There was a baby crying. Does anyone else think it's odd that these children just ran out to us, but it seems like these people have been dead for a very long time?
Look, mister, everything to me seems odd. Everything. Nothing makes sense. I'm going to walk back into the bedroom.
Newton, go ahead and make a history check for me, Newton.
History? 20.
Newton, you know that sometimes if people are turned into specters or into creatures, while it might seem like it could have taken a long time, it actually could be incredibly rapid too. So there's really no way to tell other than actually speaking with the creature themselves.
So here's the deal. We're clearly in some sort of space-time continuum made of fog. And there's no real way to tell how long these people have been dead. Okay? I'm not really sure our next move, but I know we're in trouble.
I would like to look around the bassinet, see if there's anything in there. I know it was empty before, but that was a quick cursory glance while fighting off a creature.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, 11?
Yeah, you can't really find much. The bassinet doesn't look to be in too poor shape. A couple chips here and there, but nothing that screams anything odd to you. And looking around, you don't really find anything.
So, do I know things about Spectres? Is there anything I know about Spectres?
Based on that roll, you know that sometimes they're tougher to hit. Damage doesn't affect them the same way with normal weapons, things like that.
So Spectre is its class, like that's what the thing is.
I'd say you've read books in your past where you heard about these monsters that you probably just refer to as a monster.
Avi would kind of look at the others and be like, what is the likelihood that we think this child is still alive?
No, that's going to be a big no. Yeah.
I've got an idea. Now it just depends on what we want to happen. Do we want this back now?
What?
Continue.
Do we want this thing to come back now? I have an idea to draw it back.
Maybe let's talk a little bit more or run a little bit more before we bring it back. Yeah.
I shout from the bedroom. I don't. If you don't remember, we couldn't get out in the first place.
We only tried one door.
If you want to go run. It's fine.
I just trying to fight a ghost was exactly how I thought it was. It was trying to hit a ghost. It didn't work very well, and especially not with this, a fire poker. Okay? So, guys, we gotta have a better plan than just let's bring back the ghost.
Suddenly, Aerith, you feel some cold energy coming from behind you. Stiki, you do as well. Turning around, you see the woman. We're now back in initiative.
Joe!
Newton, it's your turn.
So, I'm going to cast Hex.
Okay.
So, I've never cast Hex. You place a... Until the spell ends, I deal an extra d6 necrotic damage to the target.
That's right.
So, I guess my question is like, I use the spell, and then...
So it's a bonus action, which means that you can also do an action. You can still attack if you like.
So I use the spell slot, and then I have an option to attack.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I will do that. I will hex it and then Eldritch blast it. So we see Newton, and he immediately out of almost just he just reacts, and these words come out of his mouth under his breath, and he reaches his hand out, and now his Eldritch Blast has this darkness around it. It's like a dark energy around the Eldritch Blast, and he fires away, rolling a 16.
That definitely hits. Roll damage. So roll a d10. Let me know what that is first, and then roll your d6 with it.
So, 9, 5. So 14 points of damage.
So, how do you want to do this, Newton?
So, let me do the instant replay here. So we see Newton.
No.
He sees out of the corner of his eyes a figure, and out of his mouth comes Hastundoraskna. We see the blue energy and the smoke, and he throws an Eldritch Blast, and his eyes go dark with that energy as well. And straight at the creature's neck, just with a crackle, like.
As it shoots through the two people standing together, Stiki and Aerith, it hits right in that neck and crackles up just like you described. And as it does, the whole figure begins to burn away and is gone.
Well, remind me to never mess with you. Jeez.
I've never done that before, so...
We are out of initiative, everyone.
Is there anything remaining?
As you go and look, you see nothing there.
Well, shit. What, next question. Does it seem like the atmosphere has changed?
I mean, the levels of panic that you were all kind of dealing with to varying degrees has definitely gone down. I'd say there's still probably a level of paranoia you feel. Is this truly it for the moment? But as you sit there and wait, you don't hear anything. You don't notice anything.
Well, do you think that we should find at least the body of this child as some sort of closure, perhaps?
I mean, if we need to, but the only closure I'm really interested right now is the door closing behind me on my way out.
The mother is dead. What else do you want? I feel like at this point we can just go find this baby if it's alive, and if it's not, we can have a nice little funeral with all the little children and send them off to some sort of orphanage. I don't know.
The fact that we're still here at all says that there's
Something more to be found, likely. So, shall we continue searching, I suppose?
I suppose.
I vote aye.
I don't think we have a choice. Let's keep an eye out as we look for a way out. That's my eye.
Well, we know the way out. We came from the way out.
Good. Maybe we should check that door first.
From where we came in, because I don't remember, was there any doors that we hadn't checked?
Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of marched right in and just instantly went upstairs, not really stopping to explore any of the floors. So there were plenty of doors. The only one that you, I think, went into so far was the
we
dining
found the
room.
dead guy. Yeah.
Dining room and then the master bedroom. And now
Yeah.
you were just in what looked to be another room.
We thought it was the nursery, right?
Yeah, that would be your guess.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep looking.
Well, I'm going wherever you guys are going, because, yeah.
Stiki is silently sobbing and slowly goes up to Newton and is essentially glued against him.
Stiki, that was a bit of a fluke. I wouldn't get too comfortable.
You're a hero. Thank you. You saved my life.
Newton's a bit uncomfortable with himself at the moment, so he's a little like, he doesn't know how to react to this, and he's not used to
Being the hero.
being
As you feel that uncomfortableness, Stiki starts to kind of massage your face, I think that was.
Yeah, and says, shh.
I thank you for the face. Thank you.
Anytime.
You don't wash your hands often, do you? To be honest, they're sticky. They're quite
I think that's why they named me that.
sticky.
I never really asked.
Pulls out a handkerchief. And just, oh wait, I don't have a handkerchief. Never mind. He pulls out his rack.
Sorry, go ahead.
He's like, he just dabs his face with the rest.
As you were talking, what are you guys doing? Are you staying at the top of the stairs here, or where are we moving to?
I think Ezra was kind of leading the charge to go check out more rooms.
Okay.
Whichever one was closest, I guess, that we haven't already seen.
So you guys had just gone into this large room to the south. To the right is where you found the nursery itself, but you hadn't really explored the large room. Stiki just opened the door where the creature was. You also noticed going into the master bedroom earlier that there was a door directly across from it.
There was a door directly across from that other door.
Should we go that way?
Yeah.
All right, sure. All right, we'll go that way.
Havok is back in the master bedroom with the dead father, assumably. I think.
Okay, so you made your way through. Gotcha.
Yeah. And she is kneeling next to him, her hands on his chest, and she's just praying. And under her breath, she just says, "Protect him, guide him to the other side." And then she opens her eyes. She takes the noose off his neck, puts it over her own, and then starts biting the fingers off.
Okay.
And what? And does what?
No, just biting those fingers off. Snap. Snap.
I have so much hope for you.
Not eating them, snapping them, and then palming them, and then putting them in my pocket.
Gotcha.
I think the master bedroom is where we were going, wasn't it?
You were going to the door across the way. So you guys probably hear some noise coming in there, but I would say you don't really know exactly what it is. So as you make your way up to this other door, kind of across from the two doors of the master bedroom, you hear water dripping from a spigot. Are you going inside?
Yes, but carefully.
Gotcha. As you open the door, it's the mold that hits you first, assailing your senses, twisting its tongue into your body. The wooden tub of this bathroom is furry with moss. The hand towels hanging from a rod, once embroidered with golden windmills, you see, are now tattered rags. You look for the source of water, that slow thundering, and find that the spigot is dry.
What's the likelihood of me finding a baby in here?
I don't know.
1 million.
What's the likelihood of us finding a baby in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's close to 0. No.
Can I make like a quick perception check around the room?
Sure, go and roll perception.
Or take a quick look around the room really? I don't know what my ad is. Hold on. Oh, 10.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, your senses are being overwhelmed by the mold and decay coming from this room, the smell of sewage. So yeah, you really don't see anything.
Ezra would close the door.
Gotcha. You close it, you still feel the smell kind of with you momentarily, but it dissipates.
Gross. Next door, please.
Okay. So again, you guys, the only room I'd say you haven't looked at was the room that you were in to start out. You guys made your way into the big room to the south, but you heard crying coming from the nursery to your right, so you kind of just went right into the nursery. So that was the only door that I think you guys have not explored up here yet.
Sure.
That's the door that
The main entrance
Newt and
is
I
there?
are headed towards, right?
The main entrance is all the way down the first floor. You guys are still on the third floor at this moment.
Okay.
You can head down if you'd like.
Nope, stay in with the group. Stay in with the group.
I stroll out of the master bedroom. There's like little bits of blood kind of on my chin and in my teeth and stuff like that. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go gear up and I'm gonna walk down. And
You did it again? What did we say? No eating anything.
I didn't eat it.
No touching.
I didn't eat
anything.
anything. What are you talking about? I didn't eat
There's
anything.
double the blood. Right.
Oh, do I have some on my face?
He's possessed.
You do have some on your face.
Possessed.
So,
Stood in my
okay.
face.
Did you
Just
drink
give me a
dead
second.
blood?
No, I didn't drink any blood.
Newton, do your.
Why would you
thing
drink
again.
dead blood?
You guys are making lots
Possessed
of jumps to
ghost.
conclusion. I didn't do it.
Last time you did this, you
Let's
put
beat
us
him
all
out
in
of it.
danger.
Here,
Beat him
let me
out of
show
it.
You got food
Let me
poisoning.
show you. And I reach into my pocket and I pull out the handful of fingers.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No, I'm good. I can use these.
What?
Jewelry?
No. They're just fingers.
Yeah, I know
Guys,
they are. I'm not blind.
It's messing with
Someone!
Havok's head. We gotta leave right now. We gotta get her out of
He's
here
not
before
using them.
he
He's
starts
going crazy.
eating us.
Havok's
No.
going crazy.
Sticky, you've seen me use these types of things before.
Sticky, you do this too?
What do you use them for? What use could they possibly have?
Well, you know what? Give me a second and maybe I'll show you. You're just jumping to conclusions.
No showing. No eating.
I'm curious.
You know what?
No
Fine,
sharing.
No, fine. I'm putting it back in my
Sharing's not-
pocket.
No,
Sharing.
I want to know.
Well, maybe you'll get to find out later. And I walk down the stairs.
Sticky starts crying. That's.
Just so you know, you're not touching these. These are my livelihood.
I walk
You're
down the
not
stairs.
touching these.
I'm ignoring them, making judgments, walking down the stairs.
disgusting.
Sticky's
I'm gonna go
cries
check
the
out
only thing
that
you
door
hear.
that we didn't check out.
Hey you, brother, sister, brother, Ezra. Oh my god.
Yes, darling.
So can we just agree that now we can go? I mean, just Exhibit A. And crying Stiki. Exhibit
See,
B.
Havok, we'll get to you in a moment.
We're still cupping Sticky's face. Ezra's gonna turn back to Aerith and be like, look, we were brought here through magical fog, and I'm going to guess that the purpose was not to just kill one spectre that was admittedly quite easy to kill. So you can try to exit the door. I don't think it's going to work. I think we should probably look for the body of this child.
Your hands are very cold.
Well, fuck you too.
Does this happen to you often?
Sticky had just stopped crying, too.
Whatever. Okay, just let's stay together, except for crazy, chicken fingers.
Finger
over here.
biter. Yes, I know.
Newton looks at the group and then walks out to join Havok.
Oh my god, here we go. Splitting the
Gotcha.
party. Jeez. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead.
All right, what are the rest of you doing as Newton starts walking down?
I'm
I
sticking
want
with
to check
Ezra.
out that door that we didn't check out because we heard crying.
Gotcha. Sticky, what are you doing? Are you going with...
The beautiful one showed me affection, so now the beautiful one is stuck with me.
I showed you no such thing.
Oh, darling. He didn't mean you.
Right, as you three start to make your way over there, we're going to jump over
We're
to
brothers.
Havok. So Havok, you are walking down the stairs at this moment. You make your way to the second floor landing where you guys had knocked out all of those different suits of armor before, taking off some of their boots, taking off some of their helmets, and just kind of getting rid of them. Are you going any further? What are you doing?
No, I'm going to stay on that floor, and I'm going to go up to those suits of armor. I'm going to attempt to take off one of the breastplates and put it on.
Okay, easy enough. You got a breastplate.
All right. Does it fit well enough?
It's a little bit big on you, but it works.
Cool. Yeah, just kind of suiting up, getting my armor on. Yeah, just kind of going through, going through them all and seeing which one might fit better and things like that. That's what I'm doing.
Go ahead and make a, let's call it an investigation check.
Right. I'm poisoned. Do I get disadvantage on skill checks too?
You do.
Okay. Natural 1.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Great.
Looking around, you're able to find the breastplate for sure. You can't really find any other armor that seems to fit you that wasn't really made for a Gnoll. But that's what you find. As you are suiting up, so to speak, you hear Newton coming down the steps behind you. And just to paint the picture a little bit better for you guys, you do see on the second floor a set of double doors immediately to your right between two sets of this suits of armor, as well as to the south. You also see another singular door over right by the stairs descending. So Newton, you make your way down the stairs, and there you are.
So you're keeping man's fingers, are you?
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't I?
They have uses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, okay, you do magic and stuff, right?
I do, but I've never used dead men's fingers.
That's fair. But just one of the things that I can do is I can talk to my god or whatever. I can ask him, I don't know, I can ask it a question once a day, but it requires that I have some kind of bones or teeth, or I need something that I can read. It's like almost like I ask my God a question, and I throw them, and I read it, and I get a question to an answer, and I don't have any of my stuff, and so I'm improvising, you know. I come from a place where we don't waste stuff. We use everything. So he wasn't using his fingers anymore, and I can't take any of yours, so, you know.
The spells I know that involve dead men's fingers are a bit darker than that, so I'm a bit relieved to find out. Are you, your god is it a good god?
You know, I don't even know what it is, if it's a god or if it's I don't know. It's kind of new for me. I don't really know a lot about it, but all I know is it makes me want to keep people safe.
Sounds good to me.
If that's good, then that's good. I mean, that can be, I don't know, is keeping people safe a good thing?
I mean, it's better than the other.
But what if you're keeping bad people safe?
It's better than hurting people.
Well, I do that too, so who knows? Anyway, hey, nice job, by the way. That was awesome. You just like one-shotted that thing in the neck.
I surprised myself, honestly.
Heck yeah. High five.
They miss.
We'll work on that. You know, you just hit something with an Eldritch Blast. Now we'll get the hands together eventually.
There's some things we can talk about sometime.
Like right now?
I don't know if I'm comfortable here, but...
I'm not comfortable anywhere, so I get you. Look, I was just coming down here to gear up, get away from whatever that was upstairs. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere by myself. I don't have my shit. So I'm finding new shit.
Do you think we should call out whatever we're looking for?
Well, I mean, what are we looking for? Are we looking for... They seem to think we're looking for a dead body. So are we? Or what? I don't know.
Can we give it the finger? Can you use your god's gift?
I could. I don't know how much that would help us. I mean, I could. I don't know if I only get to do it one time, so per day. So I don't know if now's the time. Maybe if we feel like we're stumped. Maybe.
Can I roll a perception check?
What are you trying to perceive exactly?
Like, I don't know where else to go right now. I'm a bit.
I don't think a perception check would help you with that.
Okay.
Right now, I would say, as you start to puzzle over that, you think, well, we came right up 2 floors. I know I saw other doors, so who knows what's behind those. But otherwise, I'd say, yeah, you don't know.
Okay. Like I said, I just came down here to gear up a little bit, feel like I'm more prepared for whatever. We should probably rejoin them because they may need us.
Lead the way.
But I appreciate you. You know, like this is, you know, what we're doing. This was nice, I guess. And I walk away. I walk back up the stairs.
Okay. While all that was happening, you 3 were making your way back to the room that you had recently explored. Opening the door again with a little bit of trepidation as you put your hand on that cold door handle and push it open. You don't see much in this room. You see about a queen-sized bed up against the wall. You see the door to the nursery to your right. You also see another set of glass doors that look as though they open onto a balcony. You see there is a full-length mirror across from the bed, as well as a little dresser that is sitting right there.
Does it seem like there's anything odd or interesting or out of place?
If you'd like, you can make an investigation check.
Ooh, 19.
As you start to look around the room a little bit, you come upon the mirror, and you notice that there seem to be some kind of cracks in it. Through the cracks, you can see a faint bit of light coming through.
I'm smashing that bitch. Spear.
Okay. So, Aerith, Stiki, you're also kind of looking around this room, and all of a sudden you hear the shattering of glass behind you as the mirror crumples to the ground.
Why
And
would
you see-
you do that?
Oh,
Is someone having fun up there without me?
yes.
Oh, I'm joining.
I'd say you guys are still having your conversation at the moment. But what you see, Ezra, is a set of stairs going upwards.
I found stairs, everybody.
How did you know? That was impressive. That was, yeah. Wow.
I'm just clever that way.
Yeah. Well,
Bit cynical. I feel like the cynicism
yeah,
helps you.
maybe. She just knows a lot about mirrors because she stares at them all day. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would say. That makes sense.
Sorry.
He does.
I would wait for everyone to kind of reconvene before I started to head up.
Excellent. So as you wait there, you hear the sound of some armor coming up the stairs, someone in armor, and you see Havok come in the doorway, yes, wearing a breastplate. And then you see Newton right behind.
Great. Are we all here?
Are we? 1,
Havok,
2.
your outsides aren't in danger, my friend. It's your insides. I really think you should stop eating everything that you see
Well, you
in a
know,
ghost house.
if you don't protect your outside, sometimes your insides can come out.
That's a horrible thought right now.
That's a good point.
You fell down the stairs. I think you should know more than anybody here.
I got
That is a good
pushed
point.
and thrown off a balcony. There's a
Oh.
difference between being a klutz and a suit of armor that now you're wearing. And
No, not the same
Newton.
one.
I don't know
Ezra's gonna
that.
go up the stairs.
Ziggy's gonna follow.
Very good.
Does Newton have any blood around, his general?
As you look, you don't see any blood.
I sort of
From
pat
what
him
you
on
can
the
see.
shoulder and I say, all right, good, you're still with us.
I
All right.
look at Newton and I say, I don't understand about the judgment. Oh my god.
As you guys head up, you see, heading up the stairs, Ezra and Stiki, that you are in the attic. And the attic is choked with dust and cobwebs. Immediately to your right, as you kind of enter up into this landing, you go up a set of stairs to your right, and then up another one heading north. Heading on out to your right, you see a padlocked door. Looking down to the south, you also see another door.
What does the other door look like? The one that isn't padlocked?
Just a standard door. Both doors look fairly standard, like just wooden doors. But yes, one has a padlock, the other does not.
It's closed for a reason.
Well,
No.
I would like to just kind of check the one that isn't padlocked first.
Okay. And you all come up at this time as you see Ezra making his way to the south door. Are you guys all following?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ezra, as you begin to open this door, the door squeals open.
Oh, this again.
Onto a spare bedroom, choked with dust. You see a wardrobe that lies open and empty. You see the desk is stained red. A rocking chair rocks slightly with the draft you've created. In the rocking chair, you see a doll in a lacy yellow dress smiling at you. Webs drape her head like a wedding veil.
Okay.
Oh, God. Shit.
I'm going to walk up to it.
Oh, my God.
What is that? What is that?
I'm
What
gonna
is
That's
that?
8.
stand down and look at it.
Havok.
And
You just see it.
Ew.
Just go stare at it.
Oh,
Oh, Havok. Havok.
What?
Here.
I pummel that thing. I pummel it with the fire poker. And when it's on the ground, I keep hitting it. And then I stamp on it. And
Constitution check. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you watch as Aerith just goes crazy on this doll, tossing it to the ground, stabbing it multiple times, stuffing is flying everywhere. You stomp on it, you spit on it. The doll's in shreds, but the smile still remains.
Oh,
The smile is gone.
And so is mine.
you said the dresser was stained red, like a wood stain or like a blood stain?
As you look at it, presuming it to be blood, you also start to smell, and it actually smells more like wine.
Oh, okay. Is there anything odd or out of place or weird in this room, other than the now decimated doll?
Which Havok is restuffing. Trying to put back together.
And then I pick up the hand, I turn around, and then I have the arm in my mouth, and I say, "Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?"
Oh, you're Havok!
Hey!
That's funny.
Literally just said, don't touch
I
this
have no
thing.
idea where that's been.
You
That was a
literally
good one.
said, don't touch that. And then you're going to put it in your mouth. Hypocrite. How does that feel?
Ezra, make an investigation check.
I do.
How's that feel?
Havok, as you're kind of putting the pieces back together with this doll, you do find the tag that was on the doll. And the tag says, "E's no fun, is no Blinsky."
Any weird spelling on that?
ISNOFUN. I'm sorry, that was a mean. I don't know why I spelled that part. ISNOBLINSKY, and the B is capitalized.
Thank you. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't like E's, like 2 E's or something like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Can I make an investigation check?
Yeah, mine
Ezra
was an
has already
8,
been
please,
doing
by
that.
all means.
I'll allow it this time. In the future, you have to say it before the person rolls. But go ahead.
Okay, I rolled a 19.
19. Okay. Looking around the room, you kind of look in every nook and cranny, start pulling open some of the other compartments of this dresser, and you don't find anything, really.
I think we should open up the padlocked room. What if they kept this child in, like, you know, I don't know, like a little princess situation, maybe. I don't know.
Well, is no Blinsky.
I'm sorry, what?
It's just a thing that I've heard. Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Are you having a stroke, my friend? What are you saying?
Who's rabies, for all we know? I mean,
Okay, first of all, I'm a lady. Show some respect.
Right. Any one of you have lock-picking tools?
I have this.
I barely have a shirt.
I go over with my spear and use it as a fulcrum, and I try and snap the padlock off.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
All right, with a disadvantage. Still pretty good. That's gonna be athletics or strength.
Whichever you like.
Okay, that'll be a 15.
It's tough because the padlock isn't exactly very large, so getting the spear in, you can't quite get a good angle on it. You get what you think might be some good leverage, and you try to pull, but it's not really giving way.
Can I try to go help him? Like, lift?
I'd say you would have had to... I'd say you would have had to do that beforehand. So
well, but
in
if
this
I see that
case,
it's not
you have to
working?
try to find... You have to find, what I'd say is you have to find a different method. You tried that method. It didn't work with that roll. So if you guys find a different method to try and do it, then
I have a
it'll be allowed.
sword.
And my axe. No, just kidding.
Ah,
I'll step back. Yeah.
Did I roll for it?
Are you just going to try to swing your sword at it? Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I crit failed.
Okay. Who's standing behind Stiki right now?
Oh
I was in front of him at the padlock, so it probably.
well, we moved away from the padlock.
True. So what I'll say is, as Stiki brought the sword back to try and slam into it, the sword flies out of Stiki's hand, sticking into the roof of the attic.
no! Oh, I missed.
Let's all look around for keys, everyone. Let's all try to find a key.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
It's
that's a cooler shot than if you had broken it. Like, that's way cooler. You're
I'm
tall.
gonna jump up and reach it.
Yeah, you're able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Everyone,
too far. It's just 10-foot ceilings.
What if we just drop it off the stairs? Just drop the whole thing off the stairs. Up.
what?
Isn't it a door?
It's
Wait.
a door.
Yeah, let's drop the door off the stairs.
Well, we have to. Never mind.
That's not-
Maybe it's in another room. Maybe the key.
That
is in
isn't
another
how
room.
rooms work.
Yeah, it's the rabies again. I don't know.
What?
So maybe let's go to another room. Check out if there's a key in another room. Is there another room that we can go
Well,
to?
is there somewhere I can look in this room for keys?
Didn't we already do an investigation check here?
We did
As
an
you guys are
investigation.
looking
check.
around, you don't see any keys.
All right. Well, we get to 2 or more of this lovely
This
home.
is the most difficult baby to find. What about your poker? Maybe you can jimmy your poker inside the lock.
Incidentally, that's his name. Sure. Yeah, I'll try that.
You named him Poker?
Not the poker. Anyway, so True Strike. I'm gonna try True Strike on this, which
Okay.
gives me a brief insight into the target's defenses. I'm gonna use it on a padlock.
Oh,
Okay. You
it
would
gives me
say
advantage on
probably-
the first attack.
So I would say because you're just trying to poke the thing in there and unlock it with the poker. Is that
No,
what you're doing, or you're trying to hit it?
I'm gonna do it with some flair. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit it with the
Okay.
poker.
Then sure. Go ahead and roll advantage. Yeah.
You know, it's been a couple days since I've held my rapier, but here we go. All right.
I'm sure it has.
So that is a 15 to hit.
Okay. You definitely hit it.
Okay.
Roll
And-
damage with the rapier.
1d4. 4 damage.
Okay. You clang that rapier down with a lot of force. The
Fire
padlock
poker.
clanks for a bit. Sorry, the poker. And it stays there.
Does it look like it got roughed up a bit? You know.
As you inspect it a little bit closer, you definitely see where you hit with that fire poker. You see a little black mark.
Progress, guys. Let's go, Jimmy. I'll try again.
That doesn't look like it did anything.
Yep. So that's a 11. I don't know. So
That does hit. It's a padlock.
okay. 1 damage.
Okay. You see another black mark.
I would like to take my dagger to specifically jimmy it in the lock. Not to hit it, to like try to pop it
Okay.
open.
Man, it'd sure be nice if we had a robe.
Okay. So you can try and do that. The DC is going to be a lot higher because you're not using thieves' tools. You're just using a dagger, so it's going to be a lot higher. But you can definitely try.
Am I like essentially rolling to hit, even though I'm not like hitting?
No, you're just rolling a dexterity check.
Oh, a dex check. Okay.
Yeah.
$17?
You start to jimmy with it. It's really tough. You just don't feel like you're getting any purchase.
Newton says, I think we're deadlocked here.
Oh,
Let's try this other door on the other side.
Can I kill him?
yeah. Let's do that. I'm with Newton. You know.
This whole time, Havok's been really thinking, does she have rabies? Really racking her brain.
Oh, God.
And now that you are at this padlocked door, you do see looking to your left a hallway that continues down just about 10 feet. And on either side, you see 2 other sets of doors.
Yeah. So let's try door number 2 or 3. Let's do it.
Fine. I'll follow behind Aerith.
Oh, you can lead. You know, we can come back to the door. It's totally fine. Good looking, brother.
For someone who sings so often about their adventures, you really are a bit of a coward.
I sing
Ezra
about
would take
other
the lead.
people's adventures.
Oh, very nice
people's.
word. So, you're
Ezra, which door are you taking, the right or the left?
Is there anything visually different about either of them?
No, they look the same.
I'll just take the one on the right first.
Yep. As you open this door, you see what looks to be another spare bedroom. It's smothered by cobwebs. You see small little spiders crawling from the wardrobe in droves coming towards you. They don't look like they're dangerous or anything, but
In
small
droves?
This is what I mean. You go first.
Meaning about how many?
meaning it looks to be 100 small little spiders scurrying their way towards you.
Oh
All
no!
right.
Oh,
I'm going on Blinsky on this thing. I'm going Blinsky.
On the padlock?
No, on the spiders.
No, I
Okay,
closed the
so
door.
Oh, okay. Well, if they're already that escape, you know.
you
I
wait
got
for a moment, but you don't see any crawling underneath the door or anything.
Good job,
In the
brother.
brief second that I looked in the room, did I happen to see anything?
No, it looked like a pretty bare room. Just a single bed. Looked like a guest room.
In the attic. This place is so bizarrely architecture. It's such a bizarre architecture. I'm going to go to the room to the left.
Gotcha. 1 second.
No, I got this one. It's fine. I'll get this one.
Oh, how chivalrous.
No,
You know-
no, I don't have one.
Yeah,
What?
the jury's still out on that one.
I thought about it real hard. And,
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean.
Have you
I-
been thinking this whole time about whether or not you have rabies?
well,
You need
I had-
to see a doctor.
well, I had to remember
First.
the last time I saw something with rabies and think about how that thing showed it had rabies.
But you
Then I had to think,
eat
am I
things.
exhibiting any of those things?
You did bite off someone's fingers, so
Yeah, but that doesn't give you rabies.
It was dead. So you don't know if she had rabies.
Okay, if
You
you guys
could
are
have
really
did
that
have
any
rabies.
concerned,
number of
You
You
might
could've
have
gone-
rabies.
I'm going
brain
to-
parasites from that moldy, nasty food downstairs.
I'm going to sit down and I am going to ritually cast Detect Poison and Disease on myself. It'll take 10 minutes.
You,
I don't
So
think
as Havok is doing that,
Havok? Okay.
Working.
Well,
right, good.
Well, door number 3, and I open.
Right.
Aerith, as you open this door, you see that there's some windows up here casting moonlight, so it seems, which is odd because you guys arrived here during the day. Looking inside this chamber, you see what looks to be a lot of chairs, coat racks, couches, draped in yellowing sheets. Scattered amongst them you see mannequins looming out from the shadows like forgotten widows and witnesses to ruin. You see a wooden trunk sitting on the opposite side of the room. Its cover slightly ajar. And we're going to take a break.
Okay. Got it.
Cool.
Great. All right.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right.
So we will see you soon.
Hello, do you love creepy ghoulies and fun monsters, but don't think there are nearly enough of them in Dungeons & Dragons? Well then do I have the show for you. Because me, Dr. Ricardo Blayde Diaz, is going to be Frankensteining brand new monsters just for you in my brand new show, Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Coming soon to Character Play.
Do you need help coming up with an awesome backstory for your gnome warlock? Or maybe you're about to DM a long-term campaign and have no idea where to start? Don't worry, we got you covered. Check out Demystifying Dnd, our show where we break down concepts around D&D to make the game easier and more fun for you and your players.
This is Inside Check Live, the live show where we get to know the players behind the game. I'm your host, Ricardo Blayde Diaz, aka Mr. 305.
Go behind the scenes.
Wow, it sounds so official when you say that. I love that.
Wow, this is so much fun.
Meet the players.
SwordCoastSoundscapes.
It is okay.
Yeah.
It is okay to feel your
Get
feelings.
to know the artists.
Me too. I want to do a queer bent Cyrano de Bergerac.
Interact with the cast.
Control yourself as you're moving through time.
Get the play-by-play from last night's game. Streaming live on Instagram every Tuesday. We here.
1 hour, one shot. That's right, we just have 1 hour to complete a one-shot. Now, I know this is not technically an hour, this is a minute, but I thought maybe the parallel would work on that front. Do you understand it?
It doesn't.
Okay, so basically, in 1 hour, we are going to come up with a one-shot outline that you can use for any one of your D&D games or even a full campaign. Does that make sense now?
Okay, wait, so is the one shot a 1 hour campaign, or is it?
No. We're going to come up with the outline for a one-shot that you can use. And then the best thing is, in the month leading up to the next episode, we will write out that one-shot that you can then find on DM's Guild. Huh? You understand it now?
Okay, but that's 1 minute. You say you're doing this in 1 hour?
Yeah, it's going to be a 1 hour, one shot. That's why it's called that.
So you're going to do it completely in 1 hour?
Yes, we're going to come up with the outline in 1 hour.
You're going to do it in 1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour. Okay.
As opposed to 1 minute.
As opposed to 1 minute. Not 1 minute. Oh,
I don't really understand.
Raw elements of stardust swirl in the wreckage of the broken blades. Titan corpses float through these ever-burning fields of battles lost. The old guardians are nowhere to be found, while unfathomable horrors stalk the ragged edges of reality. Are new gods born, or are they forged by those that need them? Long separated fragments have just begun to find each other, led by guides that see not with their eyes, but with their faith. These daring souls listen hard for the hum of terra incognita. Will they find their destiny, or simply the means to weather the storm?
This is the land where light is crushed. A land where heroes fall. When the mists come for you, will you stray from your path? Will you kindle the embers of hope, or be lost to the darkness? As you stare into the void stares back and reaches out to clutch you. Your nightmares come to life and stalk your every step. Morality is as grey as the mists that always seem to surround you. Will your better sides prevail? Will you seek to aid the people of Barovia? Or will you succumb to the shadow that rules this land? After all, no one leaves Ravenloft entirely intact.
Oh, hello. Please, no, don't get up. Pleased to meet you. My name is Newton. Newton Fright. When it comes to most things, truthfully, I'd rather not, if given the option. No, not that I have a problem or anything, it's just things tend to go awry when I get involved, so I'd rather not. Understand? And now you want to know about my past. Which past? No, I mean I have a witch past, as in I was raised by witches. Have I mentioned I like puns?
Yeah, I see you staring, and I know what you're thinking. Like I'm some savage beast. I guess there's some truth to that. I mean, I grew up like most nodes do, in a marauding pack raiding the weak to survive. And I was a handful. I mean, I caused so much trouble, the pack gave me the name Havok. And that was going to be my life. Until I found a new path with the Guardian Light. I still feel all those primal urges the way I did before, but now there are these new desires. The desire to protect. So keep staring if you want. I just may have your back one day. And maybe you'll see me in a new light. A Guardian Light.
Oh, golly, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. Oh, no, please don't be afraid. I know I look scary and green and have tusks, but really I have a banjo. Want to hear me play? No? Well, you look like a trustworthy person, right? I can trust you? I'm afraid of everything. Figure that. A half-orc the size of an orangutan, terrified of literally everything. Irony is not lost on me. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Know of any flower fields I can take a nap in?
Thanks for the drink, stranger. Where'd I learn how to play like that? My muses rent their abilities for the night. Their price is undivided attention and rivers of ale. Where am I from? I'm from the echoes of Yukon with the broken voice, the wandering melodies of Jack's Polaricide, the breath between Herod McQueen's finishing note and thunderous applause. The pull at your belt from a too heavy money pouch. Mine's not tugging too hard at the moment, but please, ask me more personal, probing questions. Will I come to your party? Yes, I've heard of your carousing. Did I hear right that you woke up drunk with... Oh, it's happened before? Oh, I'm sure the priest didn't mind at all, but let me ask you this. Do you know the name Gaad? Never heard of him? Good. Well, I will come play for you and your rich friends. It would be your pleasure, I'm sure.
Aren't you beautiful? I'm Ezra. Bess. Lovely to meet you. Please don't touch the hair. It is as luscious as it looks, but we're not that close yet, darling. Oh, you're here for one of my parties. I'm afraid I haven't thrown one in quite some time, actually. I wasn't aware there were still people around that used to go. Well, it's always good to see a friendly face, and such a pretty one at that. Who knows? Maybe another party will be in the near future. Yes, I'll be sure to invite you. Ta-ta now.
Welcome back, everybody. So, just before we went to break, you had opened this door to the south side, and you saw this pretty big storage room with old furniture draped in yellowing sheets. Also saw about 4 or 5 mannequins looming out of the shadows, as well as a wooden trunk across the room, its cover slightly ajar. What are you guys doing?
So, we think we found Blitzky's family. Everyone's still behind me, right? Okay, so, yep, I chose this door. I'm gonna move forward. Okay. I'm going to very carefully look around the room and make sure that none of those mannequins are moving. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. And I'm gonna go towards that chest that is slightly open. Even though it's a bad idea.
As you step towards the chest, walking across the ground here, the wood creaks underneath each step. The shadows seem to move around you, but that's just the angle of the light. Doesn't seem like anything is actually happening from these mannequins.
Okay, I keep moving forward as quietly as possible.
Okay. You get to this very large wooden chest. You see that the cover is ajar. It's a little bit askew on top.
Good job.
I touch the chest. And
as soon as you do, you feel that it's wood.
Dick.
Good. That's good. This is real. Alright, and unless of course I have rabies and I'm hallucinating all this, I open the chest.
As you swing open the trunk, you almost recoil at your newfound treasure. You see a frail, bleached skeleton wrapped in a blood-stained bedsheet.
Is it wine or is it blood this time?
You get the feeling it's not wine.
Okay. When you say soaked, does it mean it's dried or like it's still soaked?
As you look at it, it seems like it's dried.
I kind of turn back to the group and I'm like, you know, nothing that seems out of the ordinary for this place. I'm gonna search in this thing, putting my hands in, trying to move around. Key, we need a key.
What is it?
You know, it's probably one of the old renters of this place.
Like a body? There's a body in there?
Yes.
There's
Stiki.
a body in there?
Yes.
Stiki books it to the window. Is it barred?
As you try to...
barred window.
It's not barred, no.
You're a bard. I'm a bard. He's a bard. She's a bard. We're a bard.
It is not barred, Stiki.
Okay, can I use the pommel of my greatsword to bash the window?
You certainly can. So it's kind of like a paned window. So you're just trying to like hit it right in the center. You're trying to knock out one of the panes.
Yup. I want to get
In the
out.
center. Okay. You try to bash in the center. Go ahead and roll an attack with your sword. Meanwhile, Aerith, go ahead and make your investigation check.
Oh gosh, come on, people.
Tell me it's a natural one.
One higher. I always roll 2s on this dice. I need new dice. But
What?
plus my investigation. So it's a 4 total.
Okay, shifting around, you don't feel much other than bones and it's still some flesh there. Okay, that's good. Keep going. More flesh. All right. Oh, is this an organ? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, you don't.
I am
What
finding
size
things.
is
Don't find any.
body?
It's about the size of a dead body.
Like an adult body or like a baby body?
A big Blinsky for sure. Yeah.
Sticky, you go to smash the window, kind of bringing the pommel down to try and smash into it. You slip at the last second, hitting right onto the bottom where the window meets the wall, and you kind of just jam it in there for a moment, unable to hit the window.
Oh, nuts. I want to get out of here. And then he starts singing to himself pathetically. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Can I do it again?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, that's a 13.
Sure. With this one, you're able to smash the window. You feel the breeze starting to come in. It's a narrow window, but enough where you can see out into the now morning as you poke your head out.
Guys, I think I found a way out. The window, it's open. Let's go.
Yeah, that sounds much better than dead bodies. Okay, I'm with Sticky.
Sticky, as you look out the window and look down to the ground, you realize you're probably about 4 stories up now. Looking down, you see a 1,000-foot drop.
What?
It's a very far way down.
That's
from
fine.
here.
There's lots of sheets and stuff. Look at all these yellowed linens everywhere.
Yep, we're about I would say about 1,000 feet up.
You know, this is not the time for hyperbole, Sticky.
No,
I'm totally with you.
It's
Great
about
plan.
1,000. I don't remember walking up 1,000.
We didn't. You must be
stairs. No, I don't think I'm wrong. I'm not good at math, but
I would like to go look.
Ezra, as you start to poke your head out the window, you see the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, no. He's not kidding. It's literally about 1,000 feet down.
Okay, well, maybe it's an illusion or something, all right? And I go over and I grab one of the mannequins and I chuck it out the window.
You watch it fall. 100 feet. 200 feet. 300.
She's so falling.
Disappears into the mists below.
3 heads poked out this little pane, like.
Scooby-Doo stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, that's a really good illusion, but I'm not going to
go
test
ahead.
that.
I don't know if that's an illusion. I'm
gonna go ahead and say that we don't go out this way.
I concur. I go. Okay. I'm not finding anything in this. What was that, Sticky?
I was so excited. I'm not gonna cry.
Can I go look at the body in the box and see if there's like anything recognizable or noticeable or telling,
Sure.
I guess?
Go ahead and make an investigation check on the body.
6.
Yeah, nothing that you can really tell.
I don't fucking know.
Level 2. Level 2.
Havok, as you're waiting outside the room, meditating, from the padlocked door, you hear the sounds of children playing.
Well, I'm casting a spell right now, so.
Meaning he can do fuck all.
Make a concentration check for creepy children.
I hear it, but I don't do anything.
And Newton, where are you? Did you go in the room with them?
I had followed. Like I was standing back from the window.
Gotcha.
When she freaked out.
Okay.
So where am I in position to? So can I hear those?
You cannot.
Okay.
You search the rest of the room. Look around the mannequins. Search the linens. Like, we gotta find something. There's gotta be
I
something
would also
useful.
like to try to find something.
Okay. Looking around, you guys kind of scour this place. No?
Aren't there two doors on this end of the hallway?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's one to the right that was closed, and one to the left that you guys went in. A second ago, you had gone into the one on the right, and that was where the spiders started crawling out towards all of you.
And does the hallway keep going, or is that it?
No, that's it.
Okay, so I think it's spider time?
You didn't investigate the room with the spiders?
No, because there were spiders.
Yeah, I'm aware. Oh, there were spiders. Pretty one.
Do you want to go look in the room with the spiders?
You go look. I didn't mean to yell at you. Sorry.
Newton opens the door.
He would
Okay.
he would gently touch his cheek and be like, "It's all right."
You're so cold. It's not normal. I'm
That's
not
very
saying you're
rude,
not normal.
you know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I know how it sounded. I didn't mean it like
yes,
that.
it sounded very rude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
my brother is probably the most normal thing about everything right now.
You're
You know
not
what?
brothers.
Right.
You're brothers? Wait.
You
Have you been brothers this whole time? Are you related?
he likes to say that. I don't know. I just go along with it, really.
You know, he always says that. It's a really funny shtick we have, you know.
Okay.
A brother
Okay.
for you.
I
Is
got
there
it.
anyone would ever love you enough?
What did you say?
Don't worry about it. As this is happening.
Aerith sort of, his face just falls immediately from sort of the joking around and follows Newton, just deadpan, into the room.
Newton, as you step into the hallway to go across that other door, you do hear the sound of children laughing.
Hello? Hello, is anyone there?
We hear him saying hello.
Yeah.
Hello?
What? Who are you? Are you talking to us, darling?
We're in here.
There's something coming from the end of the hallway.
What is it?
Wait, behind us?
End of the
Yeah.
the hallways.
Newton, it sounds like it's coming from the padlocked door.
Sounds like it's coming from the padlocked door.
Well,
Oh,
the last
good.
time we ran
We don't-
towards it was bad. Let's go away from the scary children.
What does it sound like? Wait.
Spider-
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh!
I choose spiders. I choose spiders.
Spiders. I'm
Spiders.
going after the spiders.
Guys, spiders we can smash. I can smash them. Let's go.
Newton walks towards the padlocked door.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Why are you going that way? No.
Ezra would follow Newton.
Oh, my God.
You guys step over Havok, who's sitting in the center of the hall.
We've all got rabies.
I committed to this. I'm sticking to it. Patience is hard for me. I gotta learn.
Can you hear me in there?
No, I...
Shh, shh, shh. Quiet.
Hello? Can you open the door? Hello?
Who's there?
We're trying to help you.
Who are you?
We're just some travelers who've been locked in your house. We'd love to get out. Can you show us the way?
How do we know you're not the monster?
Oh, your sister and your brother. Do you have siblings? Because we helped your sister and your brother. We helped them get outside, and they have my blankie.
I forgot they had your blanket.
They have my blankie.
I am sorry about that. We will get it.
It's okay. I've been keeping it in this whole time.
We dispensed with the monster. There is no monster anymore. We killed it.
Go and make a deception check.
I was like, I don't know if that's true.
15.
Oh, you hear that? They did it! They did it! Hold on. How do we know you're telling the truth?
Because I did it myself.
We really just want to help you get out safely. We're here. We helped your brother and sister. We really just want to all get out of here safe and alive.
Oh, we're locked in.
Do you know where the
if you
key...
notice, there's a lock on the door.
Yes, I know. Do you know where the key is?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check at advantage because of everything you all are saying.
That's a nice little plus. Oh, that's cocked. No, come here. Okay. Okay.
Sorry,
13.
what was it?
13.
Our father used to work in the library a lot. He had a desk down there. You might have kept something down there.
Okay, do you know where's the library?
It's on the second floor.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go look.
We'll help you. We promise.
So
You don't hear a response.
Okay.
I guess we're going to the library. And
To the library. What about him? Her. What about her? Havok. Should we just leave
Havok?
Mm.
Havok.
You're about 5 minutes into your ritual spell here, Havok.
so
She looks a little busy.
You know, it's better that she's not, eating anything. So I'm gonna take this as progress, and I'm gonna stick with Havok in this new chapter.
You're gonna stay here with Havok and the children.
I stopped my spell.
And the
I
spiders.
Said, fuck you.
Yes. I'm.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing no more spells. Fuck you. And I stand up and I lean against the wall and fume at this point.
See, I knew it. It'd work. Let's go. Let's go to the library.
Great.
So pissed. Just snarling and growling in the corner. Just pissed.
I'm gonna move up front. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is the marching order here, guys, as you head back down the stairs?
Ezra probably is going.
I'm behind Ezra.
I'm also behind the other bard.
Where are you?
I'm last.
Okay.
I'll wait until everybody starts walking before I move.
Newton, are you walking down as well? Newton, Seth.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That's right. Maybe walking down as well.
Yeah, I'm fourth. I'm right in front of Havok.
Gotcha. So, you guys start making your way back down those kind of hidden stairs that you just found, back out onto the landing, heading down to the second floor. And again, you are greeted by these suits of armor. Now they are even less armored than they were the last time you had seen them, except for you, Havok, and Newton, the way you had left them. As you get down to the second floor, you see a set of doors to your left and a set of doors to your right, double doors. You also see that same singular doorway just to the descending stairs. If you were to keep going down, it would be on your left.
What floor are we on right now?
The second floor.
We are on the second floor.
Yes, you guys just made your way down to the second floor.
Okay, we haven't checked out either of these doors yet, you said?
You have not?
All right.
Ezra would open one.
Would you like to open the door immediately on your left or the double doors on your right?
Do we think libraries have double doors? I'm going to try all the double doors.
Yeah, well, okay.
The one with double doors.
So they both have double doors. So you're heading to the one on the left.
L is for library, left. Let's do left.
Left, sure, left.
Right is for read.
Gotcha.
I'm opening the
Those are all very good points.
As you open these double doors, you see a harpsichord looming out of the darkness, facing a nearby standing harp. The brass-plated chandelier in the room casts a dull sheen all across, as if to half-heartedly welcome you. The fireplace lies cold, decorated by alabaster figurines of dancers neatly placed on the mantelpiece. You see velvet upholstered chairs lining the walls for those that would be serenaded with what would no doubt be beautiful music. It's lonely here, but somewhat peaceful as well.
Hello.
But not
What
library.
name are you?
Beautiful.
Hello, hello, hello.
I feel like they had wonderful parties here. Shame I wasn't here to see
I'm
it.
walking up to the harp.
Okay. It looks lovely.
The hell
Or
is
the
that thing?
harpsichord.
It's
What?
so pretty and shiny. It's so shiny. Can I pluck a string? Do
Oh, no, don't.
Sure.
I have to roll for that?
If you'd like to make a performance check, you can.
Ah!
On a single pluck.
Oh no. Okay, I rolled an 8.
Okay. It twangs out, a little bit discordant, but yeah.
I'm gonna start doing the harp thing.
You're going to play it?
Yeah. Sing!
Okay.
Sing, Aerith! Sing!
Go ahead and roll
I'll
another
pluck
performance
for you. 3?
Okay. It is very tough to play. You don't really understand the fingering too much on this, and you're kind of just doing the thing on like a piano where the kid just goes.
I try to block this out, but I kind of like smile and be like, oh, yeah, here, let me, and I go over to the harpsichord and I play a few chords to see if it's in tune.
Make a performance check.
And that's a right, because that is a 23.
Yeah, it's in tune, and whatever you're playing sounds beautiful. Go and describe to us what you're playing.
Yeah, so whatever last sort of chord that Stiki tried to play, I make it sort of jazz and, you know, the mistakes, and go on all these sort of minor keys and everything, and finished off with a little flourish at the end, and, you know, do glissando all the way up the harpsichord, and then sort of look around satisfied.
Ezra would just softly, I do hate the harpsichord.
You said you wanted there'd be a good party here. I mean,
You played it beautifully. I just hate it.
All right.
This feels like a very backhanded comment.
No, it's not his fault. The harpsichord's a terrible instrument.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
I agree. I fucking hated it.
It's my brother.
It plucks it in the inside. Ugh.
I didn't like
Everybody's
it.
a
This new
critic.
thing called the piano, which is beautiful. You should hear it.
The piano.
Mhm.
As you're kind of listening to this and scanning the room, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Who?
Newton.
7.
Okay. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Tell me more about this piano.
Oh, it's so beautiful. So you know how harps are called when you play it? It's got that twang, that clank, clank, clank sound. A piano, so beautiful. It just, because instead of plucking it, it hits the strings. It hits it. And it just has this beautiful, gentle tone that rings out into the room. Oh, I would kill for a piano.
I would kill to get my hands on one. I've never... That's impressive.
It was just starting in the party circles when I sort of left all that. Brand new. Beautiful. Oh.
That's amazing. You'll have to tell me more about that.
When? Yeah. How long ago?
Excuse me.
I'm just asking. I'm not asking how old you are. I'm just asking how long ago.
I mean, I haven't been to a party in a while, but it was. I mean, you know, when things are new, they tend to remain in the upper class for a while before they start going out to the masses.
So, would you say you're like maybe like 40? Are you 40?
Didn't you just say you're not asking me how old I am?
I hypothetically speaking, I feel like you're 40. Are you 40?
Do I look 40?
I'm going to leave this conversation.
I look over to Newton. And say, wait, what are we looking for? What are we doing?
Not here. Sorry, we got distracted by music. To the library. Ezra's gonna go across.
Okay. Havok, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
At this point, your poison has worn off.
Okay. Natural 20.
Hey!
That's going to be a 25 total.
Okay. From a chair in the far corner of the room, you hear...
Like a puppy?
Stop.
Cool. In the corner?
Yes.
I'm just going to turn my head and glance over that direction.
Looking over in that way, you see, tucked underneath the chair, a dog. Small dog, hiding underneath it.
Okay. I have a subracial feat. I have the ability to communicate with, in a limited manner, with non-aquatic predator animals. I don't know if this counts, but I'm going to kind of walk up to it very slowly and say, hello there, little buddy. What are you
we aware this is happening? Sorry.
I'd say you guys probably heard Havok start to say that. The dog just looks up at you, doesn't make any signs that it understood what you were saying there, but it doesn't seem threatened either.
I'll try and coax it out really closely and just like...
What are you doing, Havok?
What
are you doing over there?
Check.
Things that are cute in this house have not worked out well.
14?
As you are encouraging the dog, it does start to kind of make its way out to you, and you see it's a little bit bigger. It clearly like cramped itself in there, but it looks to be probably about the size of a lab, a golden lab, or a golden retriever rather. Not fully grown, but about, it's like teen years. I don't know dog years, but about that size. When it looks out at you, it's kind of got a bit of a crooked smile as it looks up at you.
Here, come here, you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Is it close enough for me to pet it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to tussle its ears. Tussle. Do I feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello. You are a gorgeous animal.
Please don't eat this one.
I'm gonna start looking it over, seeing if it's emaciated, if it's well fed.
Looks pretty emaciated.
Okay.
Looks like it hasn't been eating a lot. You do see that it has a collar. As you look at the collar, the name says Lancelot. On the back side, it says, "Please return to Gertruda."
Newton pulls out his rabbit's foot and gives it to Puck.
Aw.
Doc kind of tentatively eats it, but then starts kind of going to town on it.
Oh, look, you are so cute. Lancelot, hello. Hello, dear.
You also see jammed in the collar a crumpled up piece of paper.
Oh, what's this? I'll read it.
You see that it's sheet music. It says "Song for Elizabeth."
Hey, music people. Actually, you know, I don't even know if I would recognize this. I don't know if I've seen sheet music.
Okay.
Yeah, you've probably just see that it says "Song for Elizabeth" then.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what this is.
I'm not a bard, but I feel like...
Yeah, anyone who takes it right now would probably know what it is.
Not a lot of sheet music where I come from.
May I,
Take it. I don't want it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, thank you. Take a look at it.
Stiki places his chin on Aerith's shoulder and just looks over.
Okay. So you see the same thing. It's called "Song for Elizabeth." It's sheet music.
Is it a sad song? A happy song?
It looks like it kind of dabbles in melancholy for a bit, kind of swelling into this grand joy towards the end, kind of a classical piece. Reminiscent of like Frédéric Chopin, one of his kind of lighter songs.
Oh, wow.
Play it.
Well, there's no
Might be a
piano
good
around,
idea.
but harpsichord will have to do.
The harpsichord will have to do.
All right, sit down at the piano, the harpsichord, and this time, a look of sort of concentration comes over Aerith. Takes a deep breath in and begins to play. Roll a 20.
You start to find your way through it. It's beautiful. It's a bit melancholy at first, and again begins to rise, almost sounding like the dawning of spring, of flowers being in bloom. As you begin to play, you're so focused on the music. The rest of you see these ghostly figures begin to appear around you. They start dancing, a waltz, dancing all around as you're playing.
Sort of whisper under my breath, well, Andrew, it's been a while since I've done some sight reading. How am I doing?
Why don't you look up and see?
I stop playing immediately.
And they're gone.
Why did you stop?
Did anyone else, yeah.
It was lovely.
I'd say you all saw those, by the way.
So, did you guys see those? Or, I do see, no, I don't. Did you see it? Just tell me. Did you see those?
We saw the ghosts, yes.
Yes, the dead do dance.
I hope so.
Yeah. Did they have any black stuff coming from their eyes?
I'm sorry, what?
It kind of felt like a memory. In a way. It was kind of beautiful. It didn't feel very scary.
Not at all.
It was actually a passable piece. Someone who wrote it must have had some training. Decent talent.
Well, I don't want to stick around in this room too long if we know that the dead are here.
I feel like the dead are everywhere in this house. I feel like there's no escaping them.
I pocket that song, in my shirt.
Gotcha.
So this isn't the library.
No, it looks like it's a receiving room of some sort.
So I call to the puppy to follow us.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna try and take the cut end of the noose that I cut down and took with me. Try to tie it to the collar so that I have the rope to the collar, and then I have the noose end as like a handle.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to do.
I was like, come on, Lancelot.
Just get a pet.
Come on, Lancelot. Come on. We'll get you to your owner.
I have a feeling Lancelot will know what things are happening before we will, so...
Maybe. Lancelot, don't go downstairs. It makes you feel ill.
Rory! No, I'm kidding.
So to the other door? Is that where we're headed?
That's where Ezra's going, yeah.
Gotcha. As you open up that door, Ezra, you see that here is a place of great study. A wealth of knowledge sits on floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. You see weighty tomes of untold worth, novels, treatises, encyclopedias, poetry, histories. So vast is this library that a rolling ladder is necessary to reach the high shelves. To your right, you see an exquisite desk faces the hearth. Upon the mantelpiece thereof hangs a framed portrait of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. 2 reading chairs flank the fireplace, stuffed and lovely and inviting.
Well, everyone, let's try to all look through the desk so that if any of us find the key, we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Is this the place?
This looks like a library to me.
Yeah, that's what the creepy spirit children said.
You don't know they were creepy spirit children.
You don't know that they weren't.
Man,
To the desk, shall we?
You guys are fun people.
Can I roll an investigation check?
Sure, if
Same.
you're checking out the desk, go ahead. And
Also, yes.
sure.
I'm proud of you, Havok. You really are turning over a new leaf.
I don't even know what that means.
Yes.
What?
Why don't you do more meditation? That'll help.
I will bite you in the neck.
Maybe even more.
I believe her. Don't go with her too much.
16 for investigation.
I also got a 16.
I rolled a 17.
Hey!
So, from what I understood, Stiki and Ezra were the 2 checking out the desk. Aerith, just kind of generally checking around.
Yes.
Okay. Looking around the desk, Stiki and Ezra, you find several items resting on top of it. You see there's an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinder box, and a letter kit containing a red wax candle. You see 4 blank sheets of parchment and a wooden seal bearing the Durst family's insignia, which is a windmill. The desk drawer is empty. You do see a note just tucked away underneath one of the pieces of papers that says, Bulwerton's words can open the way.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Bulwerton, Bulwarton, can open the way. As you're looking around the bookshelves, Aerith, you see a lot of interesting books. You see one called The Destruction of the Dusk Elves, Alchemical Secrets Best Left Unknown, Blades of Brass by Walt Whitdorf. You also see a book called The Architect's Art by Archibald Bulwerton.
Well, I definitely take the one about the knowledge we shouldn't know about.
Okay.
Grab that.
As
Look
we're-
around for my pack and don't have one, and so slip it under my arm. And go back
You
to the
also,
group.
you also notice the architect's book. It looks funny in some way. It doesn't look normal.
All right, I will take a look at that. Maybe there's something about a piano in here.
Vicky says out loud, "Who's Bull Wharton?"
That was my question.
He's an architect.
Well, apparently he knows the way.
Well, then, Bull Wharton and me go way, way back, let me tell you. And I turn around, open the book, and begin reading from whatever page is there.
Ezra just called, I knew you were a fucking liar.
As you pull the book from the shelf, the bookshelf swings open, hidden hinges squealing in the gloom. Dusty shelves line the walls of a very cramped room, packed with tomes decorated only in eldritch runes and ominous symbols. You spot a heavy chest at the end of the hall, squatting as if it harbors some coveted secret, a secret worth dying for, apparently, if the skeleton and rotting leathers is any clue to the insidious danger you've all found yourself in.
I found Bulwark, his secret stash and a dead guy. Yeah.
There's another dead person.
Dead body? That's a body.
Yeah, we should start
This is
counting.
really no place to be raising children.
But perfect place for dead, creepy spirit children.
I'd go in there, but apparently you're all afraid I might start eating it.
Well, since you're already going to
you
be dying
might.
anyway from rabies, you might as well go in first.
Fine. I'll go in. I go in.
Okay.
I follow. You're with the dog, right?
Yeah, I got the dog.
Yeah, you mean Havok or you mean
I have Lancelot. I have myself.
Just to be clear, it's about 15 feet long. It's almost like a hallway, but about 15-foot long hallway.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking down it.
So
Okay.
I got a feeling that
Someone
they
wanna
got
watch
trapped
the
in
dog?
here. Don't take the poor dog in.
I said someone want to watch the dog while I
Oh.
go in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hand the dog to Eric.
Gotcha.
Be nice. I'm talking to Eric, not the dog.
Come here, Laurel. Come here.
Lancelot. Read
I
it.
don't know. Kind of looks like a Laurel.
It's on the tag. And I walk in.
Okay. Are you going right to the chest?
Mhm.
Okay. Looking at this skeleton up close, you see that it has a crumpled piece of paper in his hand. Yeah, that's all you see.
Okay.
There's none.
The first thing Havok kneels down and just pours over the skeleton, looking for broken bones, any sign of damage.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for this because you do see these darts, one of which is still stuck in one of the bones, the other two on the ground. And as you look at them and kind of just catch a whiff, you think, oh, this is probably poison.
Okay. And so there are two in the person, and then two in the ground next to them.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the note.
Okay.
And the paper.
Mhm.
Read it.
It says, "My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortunes spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman and sired a bastard. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich.
All good things.
So-
All good things.
So boring. And I crumple it and I put it in my pocket.
Oh, nice guy.
So I assume you don't share any of it.
No one's in the room with me.
We're all.
Luminous.
I assume we're all like looking at you down the hallway.
I don't say anything about it.
What's it say?
Huh?
Newton came in with the room with you.
I was in the room with you.
Okay. Oh, you want to read it?
Well,
It's
Sure.
long. I don't want to go through it again.
Read what?
I hand it to him.
Gotcha. You read the same thing.
If you want to go deliver it, you can go ahead. All right. I'm looking at this chest now.
Okay. It is a jar.
Okay. It's a jar? I thought it's a chest. Just kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm not even going to dignify that.
Okay, so it's open. Okay.
Yeah, you're able to push it open easily enough.
Yeah. I'm gonna peer in.
You see inside 3 blank books with black leather covers. You see 3 spell scrolls. You see a deed to the house, the deed to a windmill, and you see a letter, as well as a key.
there's your key.
Lots of stuff in here.
Did you say key?
I'm going to reach in and start pulling stuff out. Handing them to Newt, as I do. Books,
Okay.
scrolls, deeds, letter, and I'll hold on to the key.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because
So-
you're holding on to so much.
Newton, did you say a key?
We found a key, yes.
Oh, thank fuck.
I think we've come into some property as well.
Wow.
If I have the key, I'm just going to start walking out.
Okay. You guys walk out and meet up back in the library.
What do you mean property?
A couple deeds here.
Can I see them?
Below me.
Aerith, I'll trade you a key for dog.
I don't really want the key.
Well, I want the dog, so...
Lancelot is kind of pawing back towards Havok.
If you just want to give me the dog, that's fine.
Fine. You know, I see where his loyalties lie. Bye, Lance.
Here. Do you want the key or do you want me to hold it?
I'll take the key.
Here you
I get
go.
what Thanks.
You were so good. Yes, you were. You were the
Thank
best.
you.
No, fuck you. No, you're the best.
All right. You do see it's a deed to this house. It says to the Durst Manor. And you also see a deed to a windmill, though it doesn't quite specify.
We also found this, and I read the letter that was read.
You also found a second letter with the key, by the way.
2 letters. 2 letters, 3 books, 3 spell scrolls.
Can you just kind of give us like a short version of the first letter you read, like a highlight reel?
Sure. I'm trying to figure out how to do it now. My most pathetic servant, I don't care what you've been doing to try to, appease me. You didn't bring me here. You're worms writhing in my earth. You claim that you're cursed and you want me to save you, but why would I do that? I prefer you to be cursed by darkness. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich.
Then I read the second letter.
Nice guy.
The second letter says, "My dear Dimov, my nights as of late have been sleepless. The child's wails these past several evenings have kept me awake, haunting these halls like a ghost. Margaret does her best, but other clouds seem to trouble my dreams. My beloved Elizabeth, I am sure, feels it too, for she tosses and turns in our bed and awakes with her forehead slick with sweat. Over the past several congregations, I've become suspicious of the ambitions of the others. Their dark murmurs worry me, and though I know that a shadow ought not fear a blacker night, I cannot but fear for the extent of their plotting. If anything happens, you are to be steward of our parents' house and caretaker of my children. Keep Rose and Thorn safe, and dear Walter close to your breast. Should the worst come to pass, you shall be all they have left. Your loving brother, Gustav.
Can we try the key?
Well, the guy got fucked over, I think. That's what it sounds like.
What were the names of the children that we sent outside?
Walter and Wright?
I don't know.
Or Walter was the one that was stuck inside.
I don't know. I just remember there was a baby that we had to find, and the two little ones that we kicked out.
And they have my blankie.
Right.
I put Bulwarton's architectural book back where it was.
As you do, the door closes, or the shelf rather, closes back into place.
That's satisfying. And I sort of eye one of the books that Newton is holding. Or is it Havok?
Newton.
Kind of like gave everybody the stuff. So.
Oh, all right. If you're giving them out, I'll just look at one of those. Yeah.
Should we go let the children out of the closet before we?
I agree.
I feel like just sitting down here reading stuff while kids are locked in the closet. Look, I'm not the most warm fuzzy person, but even I know that's fucked up.
It's the safest place for them right now, for them and for us.
I'm gonna go let the kids out of the closet. I'm also not the most cuddly child person, but I also agree. Being locked in a closet, probably not.
Yeah, what if they run out of air?
I'm gonna start reading the book.
I don't agree with the air thing, but yes, children, let's go.
The books you have are all blank that you're looking at, by the way. As you leaf through them, walking behind everybody, they're all blank.
All right, I've got the alchemical book and the two black books. And
can I?
Who has the? Yeah, go ahead. Newton.
Spell tomes.
So you have spell scrolls.
Okay.
What you have, one is a spell called Bless. The other is for protection from poison, and the third is Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot the darts. Which book opens the door?
Oh yeah, it's the alchemical one. You just
I just
go
take
over
my
there.
arm and I just start pouring them all off the shelf.
Oh god.
That's one way to do it.
Eventually, it opens.
I go back and I grab the 4 darts. And come back.
You got it.
Can you just do anything? Never mind.
Normally,
I did a lot of it right there. I walked in the room. I got all the stuff. I did a lot of stuff there.
Who are we to judge? We don't know what it's like to have rabies.
That's right.
you know what? You're very right, Havok.
Yeah.
I mean, Stiki. I agree with you.
The first
That was
time.
a real thing.
Am I?
Oh.
All right, you guys start heading back up to the attic. You get up to the padlocked door.
Just before we use this key that I have, just hear me out. The creepy kids, potentially, are on the other side of this door. There may be more. Why
Give
don't
me the
we
key.
find the way out first, and then,
Because there is no way out.
Well, do you want... Then we're going to have a bunch of kids just running around with us.
They're not going to be running around. They want to get out.
And, Black
It's not
Eye
your
Anchor
key.
might get on them.
Give me
Hear me
the
out.
key. Give me the key.
Okay, well, if one of them gets stabbed by, I don't know, another suit of armor that comes to life, it's on you. Here you go. Here's the key.
Ezra's gonna open the padlock.
Okay. As you open it, the padlock falls to the ground. You open the
back
door.
up.
As the door opens, you see the gloom strangles this place. You spot 2 child-sized beds, a toy chest, and a dollhouse. The dollhouse is a perfect replica of the Durst Manor. What's most unsettling is that the room's sole window is bricked up. That is until you spot the small skeletons dressed in tattered but familiar clothing.
I think I told you so doesn't quite do this justice.
Hush.
I'm out.
Familiar, like these were the kids that we took outside.
Make a perception check.
Okay. 14.
That's what you would guess.
Man, I knew this place was fucked up, but come on.
Can I inquire what Bless does?
Bless is something that you can cast on multiple allies. That would give them a D4 to their, I believe, attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
I don't even like kids, and this is sad.
Oh, if they are, who has my blankie?
Good question.
Did I give my blankie to a ghost?
Probably. I think so.
I kneel down to the two skeletons, once again kind of pour over them, see how long they've been here, again looking for any signs of struggle, damage, anything.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
11.
It's kind of tough to tell how long they've been here or how they died. It's a bit tough to tell. As you're down there, you're kind of... No, that's it. It's tough to tell.
Okay.
Can I go look at the dollhouse
Sure.
and just like, I don't know, do I get a weird vibe off of it?
As you're looking, you do feel like, yeah, I've seen... Okay, these are rooms that we were just in. This is definitely a replica. As you kind of make your way from the ground floor up, you see in the attic 5 dolls plus another one. A little dog. You also see 2 dolls seated on one of the beds.
Is that where the kids are? The skeletons are?
In the dollhouse, you see the 2 doll-like figurines of children sitting on the side of the bed.
Can I look over at the bed?
You do, and that's where you see 2 children, the same ones that you'd seen outside. The girl turns to you and says, "Why are you playing with my dolls?"
I think it's so pretty.
It is. They are.
Is this your dog?
No, it's not, the little boy says. It's not. Sorry.
How can we help you
This is Gertrude's dog.
leave? You know, your parents aren't here anymore, and you should.
We know.
We want to help you. We want to help you leave.
What? Why did you come in here?
We thought you might be stuck.
We wanted to help you get out.
We are stuck. There's a monster in this house. There's some evil on it. I'm not sure how to get us out or get you out, really. We've been here a very long time.
I know.
Are there several monsters or just one?
They're in the bad place. We don't
Where's
go down
that
there.
place?
He looks to his sister. Do you really want to know?
You can tell us.
If we kill the monster, would you be able to leave?
I think so. But I don't know, really.
Or at least be freer than you are.
Maybe.
We want to know where the bad place is.
She gets up off the bed and walks over to you, Ezra, by the dollhouse. She points to the room that you were in with all the mannequins. Points to a specific spot right near the broken window. Snaps her fingers right by it. As it does, you watch this doorway appear. In the dollhouse, you also hear this loud grinding sound coming from outside the room.
That's where we'll find the monster.
Have to go down into the basement.
Okay. Do you want us to lock the door on our way out?
You all look very tired.
A bit.
We're okay.
If you want, you can rest here, and me and my brother will protect you.
Don't rest.
I don't know. It's up to them.
Does anyone need to rest?
Yeah.
We may need a rest.
I only need a short rest, truthfully. So.
Yeah, well, we can play a little music and help us take a little break.
You can detect your rabies, Havok.
I kind of like having rabies, so.
Yeah, that's not the new leaf we were talking about.
You know what? You can turn over as many leaves as you want. I'm going to do my thing, and we'll see.
That's fair. And Aerith sits down with the two books and sort of mindlessly thumbing through them and begins to hum a little song of rest. So on this, if we're taking a short rest, everyone can gain an extra 1d6 hit points.
As healing or temporary?
As healing.
Donate it.
When you roll a hit dice for the short rest.
I'm actually going to walk away while he's singing. Walk into a separate room. Find a bed. And I'm going to just start stabbing the shit out of this bed. Just angrily, just letting off frustration on this mattress. Just pissed.
Gotcha. You kind of make your way back to the south spare room and do so.
And then after I've completely exhausted myself, got it all out, I'll sit down. I'll pull out the fingers. And I'll ask the guiding ring. What's waiting for us down there? And I throw the fingers onto the floor.
You see them bounce around and scatter to this large, jagged, almost like a circle, but not perfectly formed. This jagged parts stick out where bones are all pointing towards the center, the bony parts of these fingers that you bit off. Feels like woe.
Yeah. I kind of figured. Thank you. Help me protect them. And I pick them up back in the pocket. And I go back into the room with everybody else in a much calmer, centered place.
Aerith, as you start to leaf through the second book, you open up to the first page, and you see the title of this book, The Story of Aerith Gaad.
Andril, do you have anything to do with this?
Details, my friend.
I look up at the children on the bed.
They're actually standing by the doorway, and you see they're both taking this kind of furtively glancing around. Seeming like they're very much taking their protector job in stride.
I stand up as I'm sort of humming the Song of Rest. And casually go over to them and how's it looking out here?
I think it's okay right now. Yeah, I think it's okay. I like your guy's doggy, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, his name is Lance.
We can keep you safe. I know a couple spells, actually.
Oh, really?
I was going to be a wizard. That was always what I wanted to be.
Well, can I ask you guys a question? Can you talk to anyone else? You know, who's like you?
A kid? No, it's not what he means.
This would make Ezra would kind of like perk up a little bit.
No, I mean, not since we've been here, at least. We've been kind of confined to this room until you came along.
Is that because of the monster?
I don't know why. I just know we couldn't get out. Our parents put us up here because they said it would keep us safe from the monster. That's what Dad said.
And I sort of lean down to sort of adjust my boot and whisper even more softly. Can you see the tall fellow with the feathered cap and red cape standing behind me?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing, and go back to sitting down.
All right. So you guys finish your short rest? Oh, go ahead, Stiki.
Stiki was passed out and was snoring very loudly the whole time.
Gotcha. You guys finish your short rest. Rose turns as she sees you all moving about. Can we come with you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can come with us.
It might feel odd.
This one has no magic, so I think they're good. And they're dead, so they're not going to get hurt.
There are things worse than death.
She reaches a hand out to you, Aerith.
Do I feel them?
Are you reaching for a hand? She's just reaching it out to you right now.
Yeah, I instinctively take it.
You feel her small hand in yours. It's kind of cold at first, but suddenly it warms up at your touch. You see her smile at you. And she's gone.
With us in spirit, I guess.
Thorn turns. I want to come too.
And I reach my hand towards Thorn and offer it.
Oh, I don't think we can do that. Reaches his hand over to you, Ezra.
Oh. Okay.
Same feeling. You feel it kind of cold at first, and then you feel real warmth, Ezra. Small hand. As you look down at this little boy, you see the trust he has in you. And then he's gone.
Do we think that means they're gone, or
you're possessed?
No, sorry. Hey, it's me.
am I the only one that hears it?
Ezra, this comes out of your mouth.
Oh.
That's right. I'm sorry. It's just something that we had to do to go with you. It's the only way we could. And this is coming out of Aerith's mouth. Promise we won't do anything mean. We're not trying to hurt you. We just want to come with you and help. You can ask us then, questions, anything we might be able to help you with. Right. We're just gonna help.
Stiki's staring like.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. Yeah.
Do I feel any differently?
There are just moments where you do feel a lack of control of your body for half a second as the other voice speaks, but then it's instantly back to you. And it's not even your whole body. It's really just kind of your vocal folds. Yeah. You feel like you're just saying things that you wouldn't say. It's also in the same, like a similar, it's almost like you're doing an imitation of them, but it's the same cadence, the same voice.
All right. Great. Let's go kill a monster, I guess.
Yeah.
So you guys head over to the spot that you saw?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Should we, Lancelot, should we leave maybe the dog?
No.
No, you want the dog to come with us to fight a monster that's killed an entire family.
Well, just touch the dog's paw and maybe you'll be possessed.
I've been touching the dog literally constantly.
Yeah, but you have to mean it, all right?
You know what? I was going to give everybody fair warning, but you know what? I'm just going to whisper to Newton. I'm going to say, just so you know, it's going to be real bad down there. And I do the same to Stiki. Just so you know, it's going to be real bad down there.
Why did you say that? Says it really loudly.
I'm going to look at
He's just telling him where he's stashing other fingers. Don't worry about it.
And I look at Ezra, and I think really hard. And I go over and I whisper to him, just so you know, it's going to be really bad down there. And then I stare at him.
That's okay. We can take it.
And I just stare at Aerith. Now everybody knows the secret that you don't. And I mean it.
Can we get more detail?
That's all I got.
Good. Do you two have any more detail?
No. Sorry, not at the moment, no. I mean, I'd like to give more detail if I had it, but I don't.
Okay. Good.
Let's go kill a monster.
So I cast Bless on the party.
I would... Okay. You might want to save that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It just doesn't last too long. You're welcome to if you'd like, but I believe it's only a minute.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was like a enchantment that is kind
It's a good combat spell.
Okay. Never mind.
So as you
I-
guys-
Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
Instead, I just sneeze.
Bless
That's-
you.
As we are continuing, I guess, down, I sort of whisper to my passenger, this arrangement works out and everything, just as long as you remember what I sort of asked about, so keep an eye out, and
Of course.
Cool.
So you guys walk down this hidden stairwell, stone steps leading down, going in circles and circles. You get down to the bottom, and who's leading the way, by the way? Sorry, I should
I
have asked.
assume either me or Aerith.
Yep,
How do you?
I'll do it.
Aerith, as soon as you touch at the bottom of the stairs, you start to hear this eerie, incessant chant echoing. And that's what we're going to pick up next week.
Great!
Or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh boy. Good golly, good gosh, good gosh.
Wow.
Now it is time to induce rabies, frenzy, all right? That's a thing, right? Like a rage, but it's called
Rabies are dope.
Rages.
rages. You got the rabies?
Birthday flute. Rabies are dope. I agree.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us for another episode of our Ravenloft campaign here at Character Player. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game. We'll be back in 2 weeks for our next session. And we'll see you next time. Remember, no guts, no story. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Hello, this is Mark Kopitzke or Aerith Gaad. Ravenloft alternates every week with our stellar fantasy homebrew campaign, Fragments of Eldoria. Come aboard at 7:30 p.m. Pacific on Twitch, and check out our other shows like Insight Check, 1 Hour One Shot, Monsters Lab, and more, all here on Character Player.